Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to share a flip through of my bullet journal pages from February so far and my setup for March. I keep my bullet journal inside this personalised cover from Start Bay Notebooks, and the notebook that I use is a dotted Rhodia Gold book. So for my February pages, I used my printables bundle, which was butterflies themed for February. And you can get these either as part of my Patreon community or they're available in my online shop. And this is how my calendar's looking so far. And I tend to keep things in pencil that I'm hoping to do on certain dates, and then once they've happened, I ink them in. And then these are my main tasks that I've set out for the month, so the things that I really want to get done. And right at the end of the month, I'll write down my social media numbers and a quick review. Behind that, I have my master task list for the month, and I break that down into the categories of journal with purpose, social media, HR work, and for me and around the home. And this is where I write down all of the tasks and things I want to get done throughout the course of the month. After that, I have my gratitude log for the month, where I write down at least one line every evening of things that I'm grateful for. And then I have my habit tracker. So I've had a good think about the sorts of habits I want to make sure I'm carrying out regularly, and also my social media postings, and then I track those throughout the course of the month. And that really helps me to decide if there's kind of any gaps and things that I really need to start focusing on a bit more. Then I have my Be Proud pages, so just like my gratitude log, I try and write a line down here every single evening. And the washi tape that I'm using is part of my product range with London Gifties, and I'll leave that linked down below. I also then do a one-line summary, and I find this really helpful because I've got a daily journal. If I ever get behind, I can always look back and just try and remember little bits that have happened throughout that day. I then have my YouTube plan for the month of when I filmed, edited and released things. I haven't released as much on YouTube this month as I'd hoped, but the main reason for that is because I've been concentrating on the free class, which is now available over on my blog, and that was quite a lot of filming days, but I decided to give that priority in February. And again, my blog tracker and also my mood tracker for the month. Behind that, I have my Patreon plan, so all of the content again that I'm hoping to release on certain days is in pencil, and as soon as I've done it, I then ink it in. This I released as a free printable over on my blog, so the letter outline, so you can use that either in Happy Mail or to write a letter to yourself. And this is where I've had some requests from Patreon. I put out a poll to see what kinds of themes and tutorials and videos my patrons would like. So I've got a list of that here so I can start working through those. I've then got my ideal morning and afternoon routine. These aren't pages that I do every month, but I was just trying to think about how I want to structure my day a little more. And one of my patrons kindly recommended the organised mum method, which is a way of trying to stay on top of cleaning and tidying the home. So I've been using that this month, and that's been really helpful. And then behind those, I have my more normal weekly and daily plans. So in here, I write my events. But this could be tasks, deadlines, videos going out, anything like that. Then my top 3 priorities for every day, though at the weekend I don't always have 3 main priorities, but I do during the week. The tasks that I want to get done that week, things which are coming up in the following week or that I have to move over if I don't get them done, and then an end of week review. And behind that I then have my daily planning pages. And for these I've been using these kind of watercoloured stripes are part of my printables bundle, and I then had some old days of the week stickers which I've put on top. And again, all of the washi tapes I've used are from London Gifties. And I keep that same format really always going because it works so well for me. It really helps me to keep on top of everything that I need to get done and keep myself organised. I tend to have lots of kinds of deadlines and things, so it's really helpful to know when they all are so I can plan my workload out a little better. And for this week, because we're right at the start of the week, I've got everything that I'm hoping to get done each day in pencil. And I don't ink them in because priorities can change quite quickly and it then just becomes a bit of a mess and I'm not sure what's going on. So then at the end of each day, I will ink in the things that I did actually get done. And then each evening, I'll write down my top 3 priorities for the next day. And that really helps to keep me focused. So behind those, I now have my setup for March, and my printables bundle for this month is Book Lovers. I thought it felt like a nice cosy theme and was one of the requests I'd had from my patrons, and also I've had quite a few emails asking for that theme too. So again, I've got one thing there in pencil, a few bits inked in. As we get closer to March, I'll start filling all of that out in more detail. And the main tasks that I would like to get done. And again, right at the end of the month, I'll be carrying anything over from my master task list onto here. And some of the tasks are things that I have to get done every month, so they come over at the top. And then any other individual tasks or projects I'm working on will get added as well. And then the rest of that setup I've kept exactly the same. So I really hope you've enjoyed seeing my bullet journal pages from February and set up for March. I hope you're doing really well. As always, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody who's joined me over on Patreon. I hope you're doing really well. I look forward to speaking with you really soon in my next video.